Hello students and welcome back to Online Music with Mr. Yava. Today we're going to explore some more patterns with those two notes that we learned before, so and mi, our high one and our low one. And today we're going to get a chance to be a little bit creative with our patterns and you can make some of your own. But first let's warm up for some singing. Let's see if you can copy my sound to get our singing muscles warmed up. Try a cowboy. Yeehaw! Or yummy candy canes. Let's try some patterns with high and low. Now remember, we're using two notes, high and low, not just any high sound and any low sound. So do your best to match with a great singing voice. Try high, high, low, low. Or high, low, high, low. Yeah, and don't forget, the higher up we go, the more air we need, right? Let's try low, high, high, low. Great singing. Okay, but we already said that we know that our high note is so and our low note is mi. There they are in our hand signs. So let's try them with their names again. How about so, 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 mi? Or mi, so, mi, mi. What else could we do for a pattern? We could go mi, mi, so, so. Or we could do all the same. How about so, 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 so? That's a pattern too. Don't have to use both. Okay, before we take a look at some patterns on the screen again, let's refresh our memory about these strategies that we talked about, because we are going to get to make our own patterns today, so we want to review how do you do that? Well, you need a little bit of a plan or a strategy. So let's take a look at what we've got here. We've got mostly high. That's one of our strategies. Most of the notes are high. Or mostly low. What else could we do? We could go first half something, second half something. Half and half. Or we could do zigzaggy motion. Back and forth. Or we could go opposite. Opposite. And our final choice that we could use for these two sounds is repeated notes. Repeated notes. That's where they're all the same. Remember these from last time? Okay, let's look at some patterns and refresh our memory about how to read them and how to identify which strategy they're using. So remember, we have this chart with the line, and if something is above the line, it's so, and if it's below the line, it's mi. So here's a pattern. Do you remember what that would sound like? It would sound like this. So, mi, so, mi. You sing it. Okay, now which strategy does this one happen to use? Well, the first one is high, so. The second one is low, mi, and then so, mi. So this would be, which one? That's right, back and forth. So, mi, so, mi. Let's sing through a whole bunch. We'll go through them kind of quick, and you can try to figure out which strategy each one's using. How about this one? My turn, your turn. So, 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 mi. Okay, what strategy is that one? Well, there's three high ones and one low one, so that has to be mostly high. Did you catch that? Okay, how about so, so, mi, mi. What's this strategy? Well, if I look at it, the first two are high and the second two are low, so that would be half and half. Good thinking. Okay, how about mi, so, mi, mi. Okay, let's see which strategy would that one be. I see three low ones and one high one, so that must be mostly low, right? Does it matter that the high one is in the middle instead of the end? No, it's still mostly low. Okay, let's sing this one. So, mi, mi, so. All right, what about this one? This one's tricky. Well, we have too high and too low, but it's not the first half and the second half. Those are split up differently. The first half goes high then low, and the second half goes low then high. So I think this one has to be opposite, right? High, low, high, so, mi, so. It's opposite. Okay, what else could we do? Let's sing this one. So, 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 so. Well, that's easy to figure out. They're all the same, so that has to be repeated notes. Okay, sing this one, but instead of me singing it first and you singing it second, let's see if you can sing it by yourself. Take a look at what we've got there. Look at the 4 notes. And it looks like the first one is low this time, so it's going to sound like me. But all the rest are high, so they're going to sound like so. Let's see if you can sing it yourself. Ready, go. Did you sound like me, so, so, so? If you did, great job. Okay, let's see. That one's mostly high again. Here's another one. Let's see if you can sing this one by yourself. This one starts on low again, but look, it goes me, so, me, so. Let's see if you can sing that. Ready, go. Did you sing me, so, me, so? Okay, today we get to have a little fun doing some composing. Composing, again, is where you make up some music and you usually write it down so you can remember it. So we're going to compose our own pattern. And for this activity, you're going to need a small piece of paper or an index card like this one. This is an index card. It doesn't have lines, but yours might have lines, and that's okay. We just need to use the blank side. Now, to compose our pattern, we're going to walk through some steps. So the first step is we got to get this card ready for our writing on it. So if we've got the card, our first step is on the blank side, we need to draw a line right across the middle. So I'm going to grab my pen or pencil, and you can do this with me too. So take your card, and we're going to draw a line all the way across the middle lengthwise, like that. Doesn't matter if it's real straight or anything. Okay, if you've got that done, we need to also draw a line from top to bottom in the middle. So let's do that. I'll take my pen, carefully draw a line top to bottom. There. Now it kind of looks like a little present or something, doesn't it? Okay, but we're not done yet. If you've got the line across the middle and the line going down from the top, we also need to divide each side in half as well. So we're going to draw a line over here first, just like we did before, to divide that in half again. Got it? Okay, and then we got to divide the other side the same. There we go. If you draw all those lines, you should have 8 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, our card is ready for our composing today, and we're going to get to compose our own pattern. So our first step after getting this card ready is now we need to pick a strategy. That's our first step. We need to know what our plan is going to be. So here's our 6 choices. Mostly high, mostly low, half and half, back and forth, opposite, and repeated notes. So we want to pick a strategy. You can pick whatever one you want. This is your composition, so it is your choice. Now, once you've picked it, we want to write it on the back side of our card. So we're going to write it on the back here. And you can use the screen to help you spell it right, but spelling's not important right now because we just want to know what strategy we got. So let's just write the words. You can write whichever one you are going to choose, but I think I'm going to choose mostly low for my pattern. So I'm going to write on my card, mostly low. So mostly low is the strategy that I'm choosing today. You write whichever one you're going to choose. If you need a moment to think, go ahead and pause the video now and hit play again when you're ready for the next step. Okay, our third step after we've picked our strategy is now we need to think of our so me pattern that matches our strategy. So we wrote our strategy on the back. Let's flip it back over to the front. And now we have a chart kind of like our patterns that we saw earlier. If something is above the line, it's going to be so. If it's below the line, it's going to be me. And we have 4 spaces to do that. Now be careful. That doesn't mean we're going to write something in every box. We're going to only write it in the top box or the bottom box, not both. And then in the next one, top or bottom, so or me. Third one, so or me. So not every box will be filled, only 4 of them. So I picked mostly low for my strategy. So I need to think of a pattern that is mostly low using so and me. Well, mostly low would be mostly me. So I'm going to think of one that has 3 me's and only 1 so. How about I'm going to use me, so, me, me. Now you pick whatever matches your strategy that you chose, and let's write that in our boxes. Let me show you how we'll write this. So I am going to take my card here and write it down. I've got the card, looks like that. And if it's me, I'm going to have to write it below the line, right? So I'll write that in my first one. Put an M for me. Me. My first note is me. But if you write so, that'll be written above the line. So my next note was going to be so I'm going to write it in the next box, but on top of the line this time. Me, so. Okay, now I need to finish my pattern, and for my choice, since it was mostly low, my next 2 are going to be me. So there's me and me. Me, me. Now I've written my pattern, and you can easily read it. Me, so, me, me. Now, you might have chosen a different strategy. So let's see if you can write your so's and me's like I did, but that matches your strategy and your pattern that you chose. If you need some time to think, go ahead. Pause the video, write your pattern with so or me, and see if it matches your strategy that you chose. Okay, we only have one final step. You've written down your pattern. Now, can you perform it? I want to hear you sing it. So let's see. If I look at mine, it's me, so, me, me. So if we use our 2 notes, then mine would sound like me, so, me, me. I wonder if you can sing yours with a good singing voice. And I would love to hear you do that. So you are welcome to use the link at the end of our lesson or back on Clever to sing it for me on Flipgrid. I have a channel set up ready for us to do it. You can sign in, you can show me your card, you can tell me what strategy you picked, you can show me how you wrote it, nice and clear with the me's and the so's, and then you can sing it for me. Maybe you did back and forth, like so, me, or maybe you did repeated notes. Me, 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 me. Or maybe you did opposite. So, me, so. Show me your card and sing it for me. I'd love to hear how you did. All right, I hope you had fun making your own pattern. Just to review, our steps were we got our card ready first. We drew the lines to divide it into 8 boxes with high and low. And then we picked a strategy and we wrote it down on the back. I picked mostly low. You could pick any one of those 6 there. Then we had to think of a so me pattern that matches our strategy. So mine was mostly low, so I picked mostly low. Me, so, me, me. And then we wrote it down on our card. And the final step, of course, was please perform it on Flipgrid for me. I'd love to hear you sing for this lesson and see how you did making your own composition, your own pattern. Thanks for doing our lesson with me today. I hope you enjoyed making your own pattern, and I'm excited to see those. Now, this is our last lesson before Christmas break here, so we are going to have a little bit of a pause, and we'll do some more online lessons once school starts again in January. I'll see you all again after New Year's.